Shut up, jerk.
You know, when I found out that the Garfield movie was dropping, I had a lot of nuanced feelings about it, but my main feeling was that I was really excited because this meant new opportunities for Garfield merch, and that excitement was short-lived. The cast got announced and they got cursed with Chris Pratt. But unfortunately, on June 3rd, I watched the movie and followed it up with this post. Bro, this shit was ass cheeks doo-doo caca farts. I walked out halfway through the movie. For a long time, it felt like a me issue. I couldn't tell if I was jaded because when I showed up, I wasn't able to receive the popcorn bucket, or if it was actually a horrible movie, because I've never walked out on a movie before. But then I went back to watch it again, and I realized that I was so correct. I can't believe I put myself through the torture of watching it again. I think that has to be studied. I think that it could be used in torture tactics for the military. When I posted my initial review about the Garfield movie, I got a lot of people in my DMs asking, like, did you really think this was gonna be good? I did not expect the movie to be good. However, I did not expect the movie to be...
Oh yeah, drone delivery. Welcome to the future.
Dog shit ass farts. When I was initially doing my research for this, because I didn't stay for the credits, I was just like, oh man, they took Jim Davis's characters and they really bastardized it. I don't know if he had anything to do with this. Jim would be so disappointed. Until I went to go watch it again, and it said one of the executive producers was Jim Davis. What happens in the Garfield movie? As soon as the movie opens, it's like one of those kind of like fourth wall break, Ferris Bueller-esque. Well, what happened to me? How did I get here?
It's a story about me that no one's ever heard before, featuring someone in my life you've never met.
They spend 10 minutes on a montage of just talking about how Garfield's life is so awesome now that he has John, but then they flash back of Garfield getting abandoned on the streets by his deadbeat father and him finding John and getting a home, and it's like a cute little backstory, and then we just jump back into constantly just talking to the camera, and we never leave that really. So 20 minutes into this movie is when I feel like the inciting incident happens, which is crazy because this movie's about like an hour and 40 long. It just felt like the main conflict was happening like way too fast. So the main conflict is there's this woman that is a cat. Her name is Jinx, and she used to do bad dealing with Garfield's deadbeat father, and now she wants her revenge because he got her in prison. Now they have to go on a heist. This kind of sets forward the tone of it being almost like a buddy cop movie. That type of like, I don't want to work with you. We have different styles. You don't get it.
We need to toughen you up.
Toughen me up? Hey, I know tough, Vic. You've obviously never been in an Olive Garden that's run out of breadsticks.
And it feels so played and tired. Everything that happened from that point on, including the heist and meeting Otto and going to Lactose Farms, and then the whole switch up at the end, you just randomly find out that his dad was a caring dad this whole time, when that was literally never hinted at or never really addressed in a big way, when that's pretty much the biggest part of both of the main characters' arcs. Me personally, outside of how stupid the story is, they shove some really big themes in there that I feel like they don't do justice at all. Garfield is like constantly talking about like, yeah, you wouldn't know because you're my dad and you weren't there. I hate you. Like, as if we don't know that. And they don't really give us the credit to be able to do that emotional work. Me personally, as an audience member, like, I'm not dumb. I don't know who their audience was with this. So I genuinely don't know why they're trying to reintroduce Garfield to this new generation in this way when it's not effective. Getting to the background of Garfield, the director of this movie, his name's Mark Dindal. I was very surprised to see the other things he's directed on. Emperor's New Groove, Chicken Little. He's done some classics for the kids movies genre, and they were all really smart. Like, Emperor's New Groove is so moving but funny. It doesn't really like have to, hey audience, let me tell you what's going on, except for like actual comedic moments. It doesn't make sense to me how someone that could have directed these two great, amazing pieces of media could instantly come to a downfall like this. He fell off. My problems overall with the movie is unfortunately how lazy the writing is. I don't know how to really express how disappointed I am with this film, because I didn't go in with any expectations really, and I was still left disappointed. It wants to say something so deep about like parental connection, still hold on to that relationship and mend it no matter how far gone you think it is, that familial bond that never goes away. But by the end of the movie, I just didn't care. I didn't really care that he had a deadbeat dad. I was like, okay, whatever, like, don't we all? It just didn't hit. There was no story progression really. Like on the surface, yes, but like emotionally, as somebody that's like following the narrative of the movie itself, it felt so flat. I think you would have to pay me money to watch this again. There's no way the writers that were that good could have fallen off that hard, and the director that was that good could have fallen off that hard. So it leads me to think like, low-key, did they use AI? It feels so not human. Like the same points that people were making about that Disney movie that came out recently, Wish. It just felt so disconnected and flat that it's like there's no way an actual human put their hands on this. You know what I mean? As far as like story goes, I'm scared as a whole for people without media literacy, especially parents being like, this is a great movie to give to my kids, when it's not really saying anything about anything, isn't really interesting, is edited in a way that makes it like really jumpy and messes with the pace. So it's definitely like TikTok brain, like for freaking iPad babies to watch. It just makes me fear for like what we're programming in our kids' heads to accept as like good media can be displayed in a way that's consumable, and that wasn't that movie. Me personally, I wouldn't let my kid watch that. Me personally, I don't have kids. Me personally, I wouldn't let my cat watch that. Octavia, you're not allowed to watch Garfield. Damn, that sucks though, because then she doesn't have representation on screen. I don't know.